All right, we're back live from Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl. Right now we're joined by UCLA defensive lineman Owamagbe Odighizuwa. Owa, thanks for joining us today. And just talk about the week so far. It's the last practice you had today. Tomorrow we'll be getting ready for the game, and then the game on Saturday. So just talk about the experience so far.
The experience so far has been nothing but a good one, everything and more from my expectation and what other people have talked about. So I've really had a good time meeting with the coaches and scouts and practicing against top-tier talent. So it's been a great experience.
Can you just talk a little bit about the adversity that you went through last year? You missed most of the season, if not the whole season, with injury, and then coming back this year really stronger than ever, having a great season, and then earning the invite. What did you learn last year battling through all that, the injuries and adversity?
The thing I learned most about my situation when I had to sit out the whole year in 2013 was just have a tough mindset, just have a very mentally tough mind that can overcome situations just by putting your head down and working. And that's the approach I took when I was, going through my rehab and having to sit out, not getting to play football. I just had to stay strong through it and just have that confidence that I'm going to come back better than ever if I put in the work.
Coming from UCLA, you played on a defensive line with, we just talked about Dayton Jones, who's in the NFL now. You're going to the draft this year. Ellis McCarthy, who's entering the draft. Just talk about the competition that breeds among defensive linemen at UCLA, and how competitive you guys get in practices.
It's pretty competitive, I would say. When Dayton was there, it was definitely a competitive environment. We're all battling for playing time and just being successful and being productive, and it hasn't really changed, with the type of guys that our D-line coach have recruited. And so that's kind of the reason we've been successful over the past few years with just our attitude, our approach to getting better on the football field and not taking mediocrity for, not accepting that. So I think that's just how we've approached, the years we've been playing at UCLA.
You certainly have the measurables that fit multiple positions. You play different spots at UCLA. Where do you ideally see yourself fitting in the NFL? Defensive end, defensive tackle? And where do you feel most comfortable?
In the NFL, I definitely, after getting feedback from the scouts here at the Senior Bowl, I think they see me as a very versatile player in various schemes. So when it comes to a 3-4 defense, they really see me as a guy who's an outside backer type of body. And then in a 4-3 system, they see me as a defensive end. So my goal is, going no matter what team I go to, just being a versatile athlete and being successful at a high level. So I'm just embracing, whatever comes with that.
You were named one of the captains at UCLA. Just talk a little bit about what you brought leadership-wise to that locker room and just your qualities that make you a good leader.
For me as a captain, my focus, was not being a guy who talked and being a guy who actually let his actions speak, and then when it's appropriate to talk and address issues and things like that, I speak up. Because in my experience, I think guys draw more to leaders who actually walk the walk and not talk, primarily. So as a leader, I just wanted to focus on that, making sure I'm a guy that's working hard, that is, bringing his lunch bill to work every day and focused, and a guy who's not afraid to, call things out and address people if needs be.
Just two more quick questions, and then we'll let you get on your way. You just spoke on how you play many positions. They see you as a pass rusher. What's your favorite rush move to use when you're going after the passer?
I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I like to just kind of set offensive linemen up based on what I see. Sometimes I might be a rip move, sometimes I might be bull rush, sometimes I might be just spin moves. So it all varies, but I just like to set guys up depending on the situation.
And then finally, you played 4 years of college, you came down here. Who's the toughest offensive lineman you've gone against? Maybe the strongest, the most physical, just somebody that battled you play in and play out?
That's a good question. I think all these guys here at the Senior Bowl will definitely be, some of the better talent I've faced throughout my college career, just because they're the top guys at their colleges. But it's a good question because throughout my career, guys, I remember my sophomore year, tackle at USC, his name's Matt Khalil. I felt like he was one of the best linemen in my career that I faced. And then obviously this year, Stanford's offensive tackle, Andreas Pete, was another good talent that I was fortunate enough to compete against. So, there's a lot of different guys at the end of the day that are very talented.
Awesome, and that will wrap it up here with Owa. We just want to thank him for his time and really wish him the best of luck throughout this whole draft process.